As you can see, I still have double vision and we haven't found the release for it yet. But anyway, here I am. And can we do a sound check? Make sure you can hear me. Everything looks okay on this side. I will check your messages just a minute. Thank you, Julie. Nice to see you. Burpee, Donald. Stephen, hi. And hang on a minute. Good. So, I want to say a few more hellos first. So we've got Karen and Denise, Donald we said already, and Kenny, Verpy, Stephen we said hi. I like your latest painting. I'm not on Facebook too much at the moment because I have to be careful not to strain my left eye. Never a dull moment. Good. Everyone can hear me. Hi, Mickey. Nice to see you. Or at least hear you. And Yvonne, hi. Okay, guys. I don't know if you read the title, but you know, there's so much going on in the world that the last few years, and I am certain that we're absorbing a lot and having a lot of concerns and perhaps some anger in there. And I'm just, thank you, Kenny. I'm having a good hair day. At least that's still the same. You know, it doesn't seem sometimes that the world is a very kind place. And when we look at it and we get angry or we get upset or we get reacting, you might think, well, there's a good reason for that. But I want to give you a better reason. There's a basic process of three energies when it comes to anger and hurt. You can react immediately and you can swear at them and everything, but what you're doing is you're pushing back the energy that that person has thrown to you. Right or wrong, you still are playing with energies in a reactionary way. Then the second energy is about absorbing. I certainly was one of those people that I couldn't react. It was sometimes I reacted when I was really pushed too far, but it would like burn me. It'd take days to heal, and because of that I've learned a lot more about who I am and how to be who I am in a creative, positive way. But there are many cycles to this, and you know, this absorbing thing is quite prevalent, particularly amongst a lot of women. I'm sure there's some really soft-hearted men that absorb, and then what happens is that it collects and collects, and eventually you have some sort of disharmony. And I think we all would prefer not to have that. But we're raised in a society that we're copycats. We're almost like a copying machine. Well, if you aren't nice to me, I'm not going to be nice to you. Or if they're nice to me, then I'll be nice to them. And then if they're really nice, I'll be even nicer to them. And then, oh, they said happy birthday last year, so I'll say happy birthday this year. Or if they didn't say happy birthday to me, then I am not going to say happy birthday to me. I'm working on that, Yvonne, and it is a challenge, I have to say. I have to start having some periods where I take this patch off in order to safeguard the left eye. But then it's impossible to really see very well. And yes, Donald, you have discussed this between me and you, about your neighbors particularly. And what I want to tell you is that there's a way that the third energy is to transform what's coming at you. And the reason why is that all this absorbing and reflecting and reacting and everything is not helping you, it's actually poisoning you. But if a person's really angry and disrespectful and just really out of order, you know, they're not very well. They're suffering in some way, emotionally disturbed in some way in their childhood or about their life right now. You don't necessarily have to be concerned about them. But if you understand that that person, no matter how horrible they are to you, really doesn't have to affect you, and how you can protect yourself by transforming it. And it's very simple. You say nothing and you smile inside and you think, you're not very well. And then just leave it like that. Don't respond. You don't have to. Of course, if they punch you or something, you might have to do something different, but hopefully that doesn't happen. And it's not easy because the ego, the mind, is telling you, oh, it's just a lot easier just to let go or to say something back. And it's really difficult to hold back and saying something quiet and still and not react, because it's actually helping you. It's protecting you so that you're not taking on what usually happens. Someone swears at you and says something terrible, you'll start questioning yourself. Oh my God, what did I do? Did I say something horrible? Maybe I'm horrible. Don't let that stuff go on, because you're dependent on someone else's opinion of you. It's just, that's the roundabout that most of our society is on. And what happens is, I just want to stop for a second. I've got two lovely messages. Donald says that it's like we turn the other cheek and smile and walk away because two evils do not match. What also is the case is that a person that's not a happy budgie has a very low energy frequency. And if you're in what your natural state is, a human being, which is full of love and kindness and peace and compassion and understanding, your frequency is much higher. So if that person comes at you with a lower frequency and you react, you're going down in your reaction. And you lose your frequency and you're touched to the higher self of who you are. And equally, if you hold that position of your natural position of calm and peace and understanding, and you know that person's not well, and you can be in compassion silently, you don't have to preach, you don't have to do anything except hold your energy focus, and that person usually melts or they'll walk away. It's a matter of taking responsibility and be the conductor who you are and what you want to let in. And if you're reacting all the time, you're letting the outside world control you and take your energy away and ruin your life, really. And then we have Stefan, who has a fox at his door. You showed a picture. I saw a picture of your fox on Facebook, and it's a very wise symbol to have at your doorstep, I have to say. And hi, Richard. What we have to realize is our true self is this wonderful, loving, kind human being, and it's not a sign of weakness. And what is important that might help, besides looking at this person that's confronted you with this aggression, and even watching things of aggression, you need to be still and say you're not well, and just hold that energy, the highest energy that you are. So what's really important to help you transform is to pick a quality that you really like. So maybe some of you would message me as what quality, positive quality, you might represent yourself by. And years ago when I understood this, I chose beauty, as you all know, and love, but mainly beauty. And I started on my Facebook page only putting up images of beauty. But while you're contemplating this idea, I want to read what Donald is going through. He says that he just had a meeting with our manager and our veterans, and it was said to me, if I still complain, the management will throw me out. So I bit my tongue and just listened. Well, can you in the future, and starting right now or tonight, sit down in your quiet time and just be quiet. Don't bite your tongue and still grumble inside. Understand that they are not well. They're upset. They don't know how to live together. So just heal you. Work with you. And I tell you, if you do that regularly and hold your space and think positive things, look at beautiful pictures, watch wonderful movies and things like that, and just send them understanding and compassion. Right. Verby says her quality would be kindness. Karen would be imagination. Okay, Donald, maybe we can talk about this some more another time, but give it a go. Understand they're not well. You don't have to fight them for your space or anything. Take your space inwardly and hold your energy frequency, and don't take on insults or anything like that. It's you can watch it change, because you're not really dependent on all those people. And if they're not being respectful to you, then I wouldn't bother with them, actually. Seek a higher ground, young man. So what I want to do is just remind you about the beauty that life gives us. Donald says that he makes meals and fed them along with other people. Well, I hope they respect you, and if they don't, be quiet, don't continue it, just send them healing and thoughts and see what happens. So Denise says, I'm not sure what my qualities are. I think I'm a good listener. I don't offer advice, but I'll talk with a person so they come to the solution themselves. Unfortunately, I have trouble doing that myself. Denise, do you absorb other people's things when you're listening to them? Or do you react later within yourself about it? It might help you to find a quality that you could work with. Nikki rehabs small critters, which is also a passion. A lot of love in those critters. Yep, I did that when I was younger. And then when I started living with David, I had lots of cats and kittens and a goat. And David had a Shire horse and a lot of pigeons we had. And it was an interesting menagerie. Hi, Drew. Welcome. So what I want to do right now is put up a slideshow of beauty of life, because there are gifts around us that you might be missing if you're absorbing or if you're reacting and holding on anger. We want to well, Denise, I think if your neighbor is assaulting and vandalism done by them, I think you have to find a solution. And so Francine has caring. So I want to take you on a little journey of the beauty of life, and we can step away from all the problems and let it soothe us. And here we are, the beauty of life before us. So be quiet and just watch the images and let the colors come within you and feel what gift there is for you. And we all can see this. That's what's important. There's lovely fragrances and the feeling of putting your toes into the water. And I haven't transitioned, so I'm back. So, once again, be still and allow the beauty of life to come to you. Still your mind. And feel the stillness and the smile that nature brings to our hearts. And that's our true nature. We are born as human beings, full of love and caring and stillness and the ability to understand the wisdom of who we are and to know how to care. The main wisdom is to care for your own inner energetic balance. You come first and be responsible, the conductor. You do not have to follow the program of, if they're not nice, I won't be nice. Imagine what that feels. You're lowering your energy body. We want to build your energy body, and going into nature and stilling yourself is most important to building who you truly are. And take real good care not to absorb, and protect oneself and the world by holding a higher frequency of love and peace and beauty. And if you have to react, think about it first and plan it from that higher frequency. Do not drop down into the actions that the other person has done. Remember, everything you have to do in the world, you hold the highest energy of understanding, and you know that person is not a well person. But you do not have to take on their illness of upset and anger. You do have to hold a boundary, but do it from understanding, and don't pick up their anger. And if they do, get a punching bag or hit a pillow so you release it. Otherwise, it might be years later, because you haven't let go of the incident, and you wind up with some illness and disharmony, and you go to a doctor and he takes care of you physically, but maybe a few years later, because you haven't learned to hold your frequency, he'll come back. In some way, you might be having these crazy thoughts like, they're doing this to me, why are they doing this to me? And you get really angry. Don't do that. You don't have to do that. You're more important. And yes, you have to work and find a solution from a point of understanding and peace within yourself. I certainly went through many phases to get to this place. At first it was, I was seeing that I was just taken away with my emotions and the reaction of it. And then someone said about being the observer first and taking control. And yes, Stefan, the sound, the music, and the birds. When I sit outside and I can hear them all chatting away, and then the wind through the trees, and the ocean. Oh goodness, the ocean is my favorite thing. And music, the tones, the sounds. So we'll just breathe quietly and let the beauty come within. And there is the silence that sounds within us. If we take the time to be still and let all the man-eating crazy thoughts be put aside, and let yourself bathe in peace. Give the gift of peace to yourself. And that's the way the whole world can become a kinder world. So let's feel the breath of the colors coming in to our body, to our heart, and let it radiate out throughout the rest of your body, full of beauty and love and majesty of who we are. Feel the breath coming in and going out releasing all the tensions and returning to the grace of who we are. Breathing in, hold it, and breathe out. And if there's a particular color that appeals to you, take it in and close your eyes and allow this color to travel and fill your cells with its beauty. Take it from your heart down through your body, uniting through your feet with the earth, breathing in and breathing out, and return back up through your body with this special color and the peace and the stillness, and take it through your head out into the universe where the angels live and the great master of wisdom, and return it back into your body to your heart center, breathing in and breathing out. Now radiate it out into your room. Fill your room with the love and the color that resonates with you. And breathing in and breathing out, being still. Feel your heart within the room. Now I want you to expand it to your village, to your family, to your loved ones, to your friends. Breathing in and breathing out, full of light and the color you love. Radiate that, expanding it across the land. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Now spread it across and around the world. Radiating love and peace and kindness and caring and transformation. Allow it to melt away all the tension, all the conflicts, and infiltrate everyone's heart with peace and kindness. May they be well. May they be well. Breathing in and breathing out. May peace be on the earth. And hold a moment of stillness within. And hold compassion for those who are not well. And in stillness, return across the waters to your own village and family. And enter your room and take the color and the light and the love and the quality of beauty into your heart, and place your hands across your heart so you remember who you are, a being of light and love, with each your own quality. And focus on that. Build on it. And together we'll create a beautiful symphony of colors and sound and vibration. It's really lovely to be able to share those moments, and we can build on them and help the world to find who they are again, from peace and kindness and things. So is there anything you want to share with me? Any thoughts? Anything? I am here to listen. And otherwise, I think I need to have a short stream tonight, because I'm constantly having to take care of my eyes. Dessa, that's wonderful. I know you have a space now with that wonderful thing that's happened for your daughter. And I'm so glad you're here. Denise, we're part of nature, and we just have to not forget it. Donald, you could let me have some dinner and then call me like in an hour if you want. Good, Drew. I'm glad you're back home. Are you okay now over the operation? Yes, Sverby, thank you very much. Thank you for being here. It means a lot to have you all here. It's like my family away from home. I can't drive, so I can't go see anybody. I can't go shopping. It's getting to be a very interesting experience. And it's teaching me quite a lot about who I am and what life is. But it is fascinating, because if I suddenly need something, I got to find someone who will do it for me. Or if I have to go to the doctor's. It's really been interesting. What I've found this week that is really, really special is that the National Health, if you are having to see a doctor through the National Health, they have a transport service, and they pick you up. And I had an 8:30. I had an 8:30 appointment with the neurologist in Chichester, a 25-minute drive. Lovely person picked me up, and then even more lovely was someone, an elder, that came, and I have a most awesome story before I go that I want to share with you. I had to use a cane, and I needed to use his arm because my spatial awareness isn't so great. And he was a wonderful person. They all were, and pushing the wheelchair and whatever for me. And from the gate to come into my garden, there's a willow tree. And then the rest of the garden is full of sculptures and things like that. And as he was holding my arm and we're coming out from under the willow tree, his head started to turn and his mouth drops and his eyes open, and I could tell that he was going into a very special, peaceful place. So I started walking slower so that he could absorb it, knowing also that he had to get back to the hospital. He had someone else to pick up. And so well, I have been here longer than being in America. I think I might have absorbed some bit of Englishness. So anyway, when we got to the door, he was like entering into a healing, blissful position. And I thought, oh, I offered if he would like to come into the house and see some of the other paintings and things. And he just couldn't believe it. He's such a humble person, such a giving person. He stopped for a second and said, yes, is it all right? And I said, yes, come in. So he's coming in, and I take him in just to the left into this room. So he sees the wave, and he sees the portraits, and he sees the Sea of Souls, and he's just in awe. He could barely say anything. And then eventually I was telling him about the Sea of Souls, and that when you're standing looking at the Sea of Souls, you're actually in your higher loving heart, and you see all the people that are drowning within their hurts and things through the veils that are covering them. And he said, well, thank you very much. I think I have to get going. And I said, can you just see this other panel that's in the other room, which was the Golden Dawn. Golden angel, yellows and sunsets and light reflecting on the water and things. And he started to cry. And I said, are you all right? And he said, no, I've got 4th stage cancer. And they want me to, I said, what are you doing medically for it? And he says, they want me to do radiation therapy. And he says, but I pick up so many people and bring them to the radiation room or the chemo room, and then I take them home and I'm bringing them backwards and forwards, and I really want a quality of life. I really don't. I've lived a long life, and I really don't. I think I'm just going to stand for the quality and accept whatever God has for me left to live. And so then I told him about MatthewManning.com, very, very amazing healer. He works a lot with cancer, and he repeated it. He said he would remember it. That's fine. So we go back to the hallway, and I have a shelving unit, glass, with my little angels. And something came to me that I have to give him one of these little angels. So I went in the cabinet, and there was little Ariel on the top shelf. And I went, no, he needs angelic blessing, which is white marble dust. And I take it out, and I hand it to him, and he's looking at it, and he's just was really looking at it, feeling it and everything. And I said, Paul, can I give this to you? And he said, oh, I'll buy it from you. Somehow I don't think he had £150 to spare. So I said, no, you give so much to other people, and I think you should accept this gift for being the person that you are. And he started to cry again. And the room was just full of silence, of the beauty of life. And it was such a special moment. And then he left, holding the sculpture up, saying thank you. Excuse me. So that made my day, I have to say. And I think I would have loved to be a fly in his ambulance all day and forever. And I wish him well. He's a very special being that's chosen to care. And Angel Blessing is a very powerful little sculpture. And may he be well. I'm going to have some water. So, he was, Jenny, full of light and softness and strong at the same time. And I think he had a clear idea of what he had to do in his life. Thank you, Yvonne. That would be great. Oh, I know you're not in England anymore. But you can all imagine that I've got wonderful people coming to my aid to help me. And so far they're showing up, my children within their work schedule, and neighbors, and the National Health. And there's Alice found a group of people, volunteers in Arundel, called Arundel Community Services, and I registered with them, and they're going to pick me up. So, very special people. I'm going to go have my dinner and rest my eyes somehow. And Donald, I will talk to you at 9:15. Stefan, I am trying the best I can. And they will return. I've asked Matthew Manning today to come to my rescue, because there's something that I have to release that I haven't discovered yet in my meditations, and it will be well. And thank you for everything. And find your quality and live with it, and be silent and understand and send good wishes and understanding to the people that are in a really bad shape, but don't absorb it. Okay? Well, Matthew Eagle, it will be on replay once I do it tomorrow. No worries, Matthew. And Francine, thank you all for all your good thoughts you send me in Messenger. It's really special. And thank you, Kenny. And you be well, everybody be well. And I'm signing off.